The Manuscript of Survival, Part 372. November 21, 2013. Let us delve a little bit further into the nature of change, for that is what this process is all about. Change is a part of the natural cycle of all there is, for as you know well by now, there are no constants, as everything is in a constant flux, from one state of being and into another. The variables are many, of course, as this process from becoming to being, to destruction, and back into becoming again, comes in all shapes and forms, so what you are going through now, is simply a brand new variation of change, one that mankind is a newcomer to. For the cycle of mankind has been the same literally for eons, and the only variable has been more or less the defined cycle of a lifespan, and the interchange between the different states of consciousness that can be attained. And as you all know well by now, there have been strict limits on both. But now, the limits have been taken away, and the cycle of change is about to become something very, very different indeed. And you know this, because you are the forerunners of this change, the ones that have elected to go through this process as the first ones, the pioneers, and as such, you are literally breaking new ground for all of mankind so that they can follow in your footsteps. As we said, change is inevitable in creation, but what you are doing is literally to change your whole cycle of change into a brand new one, where not only the physical parameters, but also the less tangible ones will become as if new. For you are breaking out of the old mold, and you are all set to create a brand new one. And it is in all aspects a brand new one, for you are creating something that has not been created before. For you are taking the old concept of being human and turning it into a brand new one, and in this, it is in fact up to each and every one of you what the brand new mold for mankind will be. And will it be a simple one that will serve as the template for all, as in the old days, or will it in fact be a multiple one, where there are several different options, in fact, where there are limitless options to choose from? We phrase this as a question, but we think you have already defined an answer to this. For remember, this is a process where you are in the driver's seat, and as such, it is you who have the power to decide the speed and the direction that this quest for the new will take you. And based upon the decisions you have already taken so far, we can easily conclude that the multiple option has definitely been chosen. For the notion of a singular set of parameters to define a human being has certainly been cast aside by you already, and as such, the field is wide open by now, and we are all more than eager to see just where this quest will take you. For remember, when we say that there are no limits now, that is the truth, but it is up to each and every one of you when you will take your foot off the pedal, stop your vehicle and say, "This is it, I have arrived." For this is very much a solitary journey, where it is up to each and every one of you to decide just how far you will go. But remember, this is also very much a collective process, and so it will be the combined efforts of each and every one of you that will decide the end result. So there will be no winners and no losers, as in who will make it the furthest, and who will not get very far at all. For it is in fact the combined effect of all of your energetic endeavors that is important, and as such, we will once again remind you that each and every one of you play an inestimable part of this whole process. For remember, it is not given that you must all follow the same track, far from it, and as you have already decided to pursue different directions in order to carve out several different options of creating the new human, you will find yourself taking off in a very different direction from that of your neighbor. And that is how it is meant to be. Remember, out of chaos is where the new will emerge, and in order to make sure that what you end up with will encompass as many opportunities as possible to continue evolving, you need to take yourselves in every direction of the spectrum. And yes, we do use that word with intent, as you are all set to follow one certain set of energetic signature that will bring you out on a different trajectory than the ones following another frequency, if you will. For this is about fanning out in every direction that can be pursued, and as such, you will carve out an infinite number of paths that the others who choose to follow can choose between. For you will not lay out one simple straight path that will take humanity into the future, for you are to become the rainbow tribe, the peoples that shimmer in every color you can think of and then some. And when we say color, we are not alluding to any superficial traits such as the color of your skin. No, we are simply referring to that energetic signature that will constitute the ground note in each and every one of you. And in order for mankind to finally prosper, it has become necessary to change from that single digit, that singular tone that used to be the one and only calling card, if you will, for each and every one of you. But now, you have broken away from that, and you have already given yourselves so many new tones or voices. It is a veritable choir of heavenly voices that has started to sing out in unison. For as we have touched upon earlier, you will each have your own individual voice or signature, but when it is combined, it will engender such a vast field of vibration, it in turn will serve to bring mankind and indeed this whole planet into a completely new state of being. For you are literally singing yourself and your whole planet into existence again, by refusing to be silenced under that old dictatorial pledge whereas you were stuck in that one and limiting vibrational frequency. But as you have managed to break free from that, you have already set so much literally into motion by your new frequencies. This in turn has set off a whole subset of harmonies. For remember, one single note or one single voice does not equate creation. Creation needs plurality in order to create further, and plurality is what you have already created, and now, you will find your voices becoming more and more distinct, and you will start to see how it will in turn interact with others. For your vibration will ring out, like ripples on the surface of a pond when something is being tossed into it, and when those ripples interact with other ripples, they will start to form new patterns again, and so on in an endless process of cross-pollination, if you will. So again we say look for patterns where there formerly were none, for remember your brain is very good at this, but this time, look for patterns in a way that will not limit you. For a pattern can also be a pattern of chaos, it does not need to be a repeating pattern, far from it. This will sound very confusing indeed, but we say this in order to make you better prepared for the fact that these changes are truly an ongoing process now, and as more and more of you start to send out your new frequency over a much larger area, you will start to interact in a much more profound way also. And so, you will touch the lives of people you did not even know existed, and you will do so in very new ways, and the patterns that this engender will in turn influence the patterns of other people that were previously unconnected to you. In other words, this choir of yours is steadily evolving into something infinitely more complex, and through that, it is also having a larger and larger impact on the rest of creation. Yes, we do mean that, as this combined effect of yours is literally rippling through the vastness of all of creation. So when you start to sing ever louder, we can hear it further and further afield by way of the frequential effect it has on us all. So keep on singing, even on the days that your voice seems feeble, off-key or even non-existent, for it is always there, and it is always beautiful, and it is always very effective. For you are touching hearts in so many ways by your song, and these hearts are spread far and wide, not just on your planet, but beyond. The Constant Companions. Channeled by Asia North. asianorth.wordpress.com